We were all crowded in. There was a moose breathing down my neck. We stopped at a floor because more furries wanted to come in. So I backed up to make more room, but I backed up a little too close to the moose, and he grabbed my hips, and I went...
Yo, what's up guys, Prince Charming. We're going to be checking out the Odd Ones Out conventions, I missed them, in parentheses, on today's video. I have never been to any convention, not a Comic-Con, not a VidCon. I have not been to a single convention. I mean, I guess I can go to one. They're not the worst things in the world. VidCon, I don't know about, just because, like, bro, come on, VidCon is not that dope anymore. But still, Odd One Out, we're going to be checking out the conventions that he went to. I'm sure he's been to plenty of conventions, tons of fun, so maybe he'll give me some ideas of a convention that I want to go to. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Prince Ohakam, Instagram as well at Prince Ohakam. That way you can stay updated on anything Prince Charming related, and you can support your boy on social media. So go ahead and drop that follow. But enough of me talking, let's go ahead and dive into the Odd Ones Out conventions. I missed them, and I hope you guys enjoy the video.
If you're one of those kids that spends too much time on that darn computer machine, then conventions are a great place to get the recommended amount of human interaction with others who share a similar interest.
The darn
or at
computer
least
machine
they were.
convention.
You might have seen some conventions in the news recently, you know, the ones like VidCon, Comic-Con, and E3.
All
but did you know
canceled.
there's conventions for all sorts of different things, like coin collecting, pens, and degenerates?
Really?
The first convention I ever went to was
Furries?
in Arizona called
Ugh.
Phoenix Comic-Con. I was 16 years old, and it, no exaggeration, changed my life. I had heard a lot about geek culture online, but Phoenix Comic-Con was the very first time I witnessed it in its fullest.
Man, he got the
I
pimples
was
like
a
me.
very
I'm
sheltered
23.
kid. It was the first time I'd seen a brony and a furry and whatever this is in the wild.
What is that?
That changes a person. I was told that it was not cool to like geeky things, and as a 16-year-old, I tried really hard to make it seem like I didn't secretly like a bunch of geeky things. But people at Comic-Con just embrace nerd culture.
Be
like
yourself.
They didn't care what people thought of them or something. Is that allowed? I guess when I was 16, I was hyper desperate to receive everyone's approval. I was so
that's
hyper
how it
desperate that
is.
while walking around my first convention, I was stressing out that I wasn't in cosplay.
I agree with him. You know, when you're around that age, you're too worried about whether people like you or not, whether you're going to be cool. You're trying to fit in. You're trying to follow all the latest trends, styles. For example, when I was in middle school, like that was when skinny jeans, jerking. Y'all remember the dance? You a jerk. I know, like y'all know that song. That was really popular at the time. So imagine my big self wearing skinny jeans and flannels, trying to skate, wearing beanies, trying to jerk. Like I was just trying to fit in, bro. I don't know how to explain it, but it's real. When you're younger, you just want to fit in, you want to be cool, but it's always a good thing if you can embrace the geeky self, because that means you don't really care what anybody thinks.
Oh, all these pop culture characters are judging me because I'm not wearing any makeup. To this day, I still haven't ever cosplayed, but it looks like a lot of fun. If I did cosplay, I would want to go as this quadrupedic horse.
Why?
Also Spark from Pokemon Go.
Okay.
I went to one panel called How to Make Steampunk Weapons, but instead of teaching us how to weld real-life weapons powered by steam, the people on the panel taught us how to paint Nerf guns to make them look like they were powered by steam. And that was, no exaggeration, the most disappointing panel I've ever been to.
Yeah, I'm
sorry.
sorry.
There was also a panel for bronies, but I was too chicken to go. Did I mention that my grandfather, who I'm named after, got drafted into World War II when he was 18? He fought in a war so I could go to a comic convention and be too nervous to talk to bronies.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What a different life
I couldn't be in a
At
war in
most
18.
conventions, people in the expo hall will sell a lot of super cool unlicensed merchandise. Yeah, a lot of artists will sell prints and plushies and oven mitts with characters and titles they probably didn't get the license to sell, but if it's at a convention or on Etsy, then for some reason it's okay. I've always felt weird about buying that type of merch. On one hand, you shouldn't be allowed to make money off of someone else's intellectual property without the owner's consent.
True,
But on
true.
the other hand, look at this cool Bowser wallet, Bowser print, and Bowser bandana that
Bowser, that's pretty dope.
and this body pillow.
Okay.
It's a moral gray area because the people buying this type of merch are the hardcore fans. They know of the property these characters came from. They probably already own licensed merch of the character. The artist isn't claiming to have created the character either.
True,
it's
true.
a mutual understanding between buyer and seller that we both think Bowser is cool and we just want to buy as much merch as possible.
I see where he's coming from. You can't really slap, for example, SpongeBob on your shirt and then just continue to sell that. Like, that is whatever you call copyright infringement, yada yada. But you're not going to go to a Comic-Con convention and only buy that merch. If you're going to a Comic-Con convention, you probably have all the DVD releases, comic books, this and that you actually got from the actual person distributing it, you know, the person who actually owns that intellectual property. But still, I don't think I can be the type of person who buys merch from a Comic-Con. You know, I could buy the pop toys, those big ball head toys. I think those are dope. I actually do want to like decorate my filming room with those. But I think that's about it. I'm just not someone who really cares too much about merch and physical objects.
You kind of have to take it on a case-by-case basis, but let me just say this to get it out there. You're not allowed to sell bootlegged I Ones Out merch. Phoenix Comic-Con actually had to change the name of their convention to Phoenix Fan Fusion because the people at the San Diego Comic-Con didn't like that Phoenix was stealing their name, so these conventions that don't care about stealing other people's copyright are forcing others to respect their copyright. Interesting.
That's messed up.
Some of you may know, since 2012, I have become a little more successful. And in 2019, I got invited to be a guest at Phoenix Fan Fusion, which is my home convention. The really crazy part is the convention put me in the celebrity line, like next to the people where you have to pay for photos and autographs.
Oh.
I didn't charge my fans for anything, so that made my line appear a lot longer than others.
Okay, odd one out.
My line was, no exaggeration,
free of charge,
right next to Jeff Goldblum's line. I was gonna make eye contact with Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, that's Jeff Goldblum. I understand.
A couple hours on Saturday, and when he came out from backstage, everyone in his line and my line started wooing and clapping, and even I was like,
I mean, it's Jeff Goldblum. You can't blame the guy.
And then Jeff took a look at my line, then looked at me, and then gave me a nod of approval, saying, "Not bad, kid."
Aww.
He didn't say it out loud, but I could tell he said it with his eyes. He also said that I looked kind of cute, so...
Okay.
Thanks, Jeff. The first time I went to VidCon, that also, no exaggeration, changed my life. Again. It was the first time I met all these YouTubers that I've been watching for years, and, okay, I'll admit, at first I was kind of fanboy-y, but I've gotten completely desensitized meeting other YouTubers and feel no joy anymore.
Yeah,
when
honestly.
I meet another YouTuber, I say, "Oh, you make videos in your bedroom? Me too." People know that you're a bedwetter too, right? No? That's just me then. If you've ever given me something at a convention, then you'll be happy to know that I've kept everything I've ever been given.
Oh, wow.
Unless you're the guy that gave me a plastic baggie full of water and other junk and called it a homemade snow globe. I used to collect snow globes, so it was a nice sentiment, but I didn't want to take it home with me and have it inevitably break and get all the important fan art wet.
Yeah, throw that away.
I chucked it.
Oh, that's...
And as I'm telling you this, there's some poor kid out there going,
"Aww.
He's talking about my snow globe. He threw it away?"
I feel like I would not go fanboying. Oh, okay, let me rephrase this. I will probably, it'll be cool to meet a huge YouTuber. Don't get me wrong, it'll be pretty cool. But as far as fanboying or going crazy like a fan, I don't think I can do that. I don't even do that for celebrities, really. Like, there is not a single celebrity I'll go crazy for. If I meet Drake in the middle of the street, don't get me wrong, I'll want an autograph, I'll want to dap him up and everything, but I won't be like, OMG, it's Drake. I don't know. Like, celebrities, they're dope, they're cool. But once you realize they're regular people, like, they're literally just like us, they're regular people. There's no reason to scream fanboy, fangirl. And plus, I'm sure most of them don't like it because they get it on a daily basis. So, be cool.
And now I feel bad, so...
Aw, he remade it. James is so nice. You're nicer than me, James.
Here, I'll mail this to you and you can get a taste of your own medicine.
I don't know why this is such a popular question, but a lot of times people will ask me, what's the weirdest fan interaction you've ever had?
Good question.
Think they think that some of you are cringy. I never have an answer for them because all my fans are super nice. Yeah, someone gave me a bag of water, but that's not weird, that's nice! Okay, I have received fan mail from a prison, which is true.
That's
so I
weird.
guess some of you aren't law-abiding citizens.
But that's cool
Going
too.
to conventions and meeting fans and being on panels is a lot of fun, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't give you a lot of time to really experience the convention.
He's really a
Since
brony.
2017, when I would go to a convention, it would mean I was working. I still had a fun time, but I didn't really get to just relax with friends. That is, until I went to a convention last December called MFF, which stands for Midwest Fur Fest.
I was about to say.
Now, James, did you go to a furry convention? Well, I went with some friends to a furry convention
No
so
way.
that I could actually enjoy a convention
Really?
and not have to work. Although I still got recognized even though I was wearing a disguise.
I ain't going back on him too much because everybody has their, stuff that they like. There's not a single thing in the world you're gonna completely understand. Well, you're not gonna understand everything. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Everybody has a difference of opinions. My opinion, furries, I'm sure they're normal. I'm sure they're law-abiding citizens. I'm sure they pay their rent. I'm sure they pay their taxes. It's just, come on, man. Like, dressing up like a furry animal. Like I said, everybody has their, hobbies. People aren't going to like the same thing as you. But my personal opinion is you're never going to catch me ever doing something like that.
Furries are very touchy people, I've learned.
Ugh.
Not touchy as in overly sensitive.
Don't touch
some
me.
Probably are. But they're also literally touchy.
Ugh.
Let me tell you where I'm at in my life right now. Last December, I was in an elevator full of furries, and if my grandpa could see me now, he would probably be frowning.
Must've been
Or
creepy.
smiling. I don't know. I don't judge. We were all crowded in. There was a moose breathing down my neck. We stopped at a floor because more furries wanted to come in. I backed up to make more room, but I backed up a little too close to the moose. He grabbed my hips and I went, ah! In my mind, I didn't say it out loud. In real life, I went. So that was probably the weirdest fan experience I've had, if you're still wondering. I don't know if he was a fan of my YouTube, but he was definitely a fan of my body.
Okay,
or
James.
he was drunk. I don't know. Again, I don't judge. I was debating on whether
I
or not
love
I should
James.
include this story, but I think it would be a good lesson for everyone to hear. Here's my James PSA. This message is for everyone,
Let's
and
hear it.
especially furries. Don't touch people without their permission.
There you
In the
go.
moment, I stayed quiet, but that sort of behavior isn't okay and I should have spoken out. Hopefully, most of you are mindful of other people's personal space. However, at least one of you went to prison, so I don't know. Overall, it was the best ironic trip ever. At the end of the day, conventions are a lot of fun, and I really, really miss going to them. And when it's safe to do so again, I recommend you try and go to one you're interested in.
Okay,
And
I'll
Grandpa,
try.
I'm sorry if I disappointed you.
That was it for this video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. He really did give me insight because you can't really, you can hate something before you try it, but until you try it, you can't fully hate it. For example, I've never really eaten, let's just say cauliflower. Okay, I've had cauliflower before, but let's just say I've never eaten cauliflower. I can know I don't like it. I can know it's not my favorite thing, but until I actually eat it, I can't say it's the worst thing in the world. You get what I mean? So yeah, go ahead and try a Comic-Con convention, or it doesn't even have to be Comic-Con. It could be any convention. Go ahead and dress up like a furry. Do whatever you want to do because it's your life and you can't get back time that's lost. You can't go back in time. You can't go forward in time. Do what you want to do with your life while you can still have a life, because I know you've seen the news, bro. Like, times are tough. But don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Prince O'Hawcom. Instagram as well at Prince O'Hawcom. That way you can stay updated on anything Prince Charming related, and you can support your boy on social media. So go ahead and drop that follow. But that was it for this video, guys. My name is Prince O'Hawcom. Stay charming, my friends.